Mario has been slinging fireballs since the very first Super Mario Bros. Game. It took him until his Wii adventure, Super Mario Galaxy, to chill out a little bit. Get it? Chill out, cold, shut up. The music for these power-ups is extremely similar, but ever so slightly different, just like the power-ups themselves. And yeah, I'm about to talk to you about how Mario music varying at the fourth note of the melody is some world-changing thing. But I do think it's cool. Cool. Because the subtle changes reflect the iciness of the new flower and the newness of the ice flower. So let's listen to the beginning of the fire flower music. And now the ice flower music. We start with the exact same three-note ascent, E-A-E. But then the ice flower music goes a bit higher. Where the fire flower music goes D-sharp, B, C-sharp, the ice flower music goes F-sharp, D, E. The Ice Mario theme, with its use of F-sharp, D, and E, seems to convey a sense of coolness and crystalline clarity. These higher notes create more of a light, sparkling sound, which aligns well with the visual and conceptual ideas of ice. The melody here comes off to me as smoother, which is reminiscent of the slick and smooth surfaces of ice, because it fits more nicely into the key of A, which is what is outlined with the first few notes of both themes. It's also just a new flower. Well, new in 2007, so having these higher notes just draws more attention. On the other hand, the Fire Mario theme with its D-sharp, B, C-sharp progression evokes warmth with these lower notes. The fact that it starts with outlining A major and then throws in a D-sharp alters the sense of tonal grounding, and also causes some tritones which are often associated with instability and danger and scary stuff, like, well, being on fire, all of which align with the wild and vigorous nature of fire itself. Looking beyond the melody content, there's a lot of there. Let's talk about the notes that back up the melodies here. You have a very chimey, bright sound in channel 1 of the ice flower music to give it that little extra shimmer. In the fire flower music, you get this vomit-like sound that just smears the whole thing, like fire is just a wild spreading thing. I go into more of this in my Icy Mario Kart and Icy Zelda videos, but if you don't want to give me watch time there, basically this shimmering sound can be reminiscent of the sparkling, reflective nature of ice, especially when light interacts with its surface. In the fire flower music, you get this guitar-y thing, which is swapped out for a nice breathy flute sound in the ice flower music, bringing similar effect as in the timbral discussions we've already had. It also reminds me of when you're just freezing and you're going with your breath and you could see it. It just evokes more of that cold feeling that way. The ice flower music has this little ostinato that goes on. It's chimey, and I don't think I need to say why that's ice-ish again, but listen to it with some other stuff in there too. It's just slightly rhythmically off, reflecting the slip and slide nature of ice. Contrast that with the same channel in the fire flower music. And you can hear that it's rhythmically aligned so that it doesn't sound slidey like ice. And you can hear that the pitches are just a little funky. The B here hits at the same time as the melody's A, which sounds a little clashy, and D sharp is back causing some troubles. It never directly conflicts with an E note, which would be very clashy, but comes so soon after, both against the melody and in and of itself, that it just sounds off. It does clash with an A to form a tritone, just like the melody does. so it's like doubling down on the tritoniness, which is quite ferocious sounding. It's quick and not too ferocious, which makes sense since this is like Mario, like 5-year-olds play it, but it's still there providing that little fiery edge. This final point is one I'm not totally confident on, because I've listened to it a million times and I think I hear a really cool detail, but I might just be losing my mind from listening to Channel 6 of the Mario Galaxy item themes more than doctors have recommended, but I think I hear more of a slide in the Ice Mario music here. Listen to both and tell me if I'm nuts. I think the Ice Mario music instance is a bit more separated, resulting in a slight slide kind of sound, again reflecting the slipperiness of ice. Leave me a comment if you agree, or insult me harshly if you disagree. In the context of video game music, sonic cues like the ones detailed in this video are important as they enhance the immersive experience by aligning the player's auditory environment with their visual and gameplay experience. For Ice Mario and Fire Mario, the choice of starting both themes with the same notes might serve to underline the connection between the two states. After all, they're both transformations of the same character, Mario, and they both make him throw stuff at stuff. They're very similar. The divergence that follows musically represents their distinct powers and changing gameplay dynamics. Ice might be associated with smoothness, reflection, and crystalline structures, hence music that flows and has a clear, bright quality. Fire, on the other hand, suggests warmth, energy, and possibly danger, which might be underscored by a sharper, more striking sound. Both are dangerous in their own ways, admittedly, but if you're frozen, you just kind of stop. Maybe slipping around a little bit before that. If you're on fire, you flail around like a madman hoping for some miracle pool of water. It's a bit more hectic that way. These musical choices could also reflect the different physical properties of ice and fire. Ice has a solid structure, its molecules arranged in a fixed lattice, which could be mirrored in the more predictable structure, just with some silly slidiness thrown in. Fire, on the other hand, is a plasma. It has no fixed shape and is constantly changing, which could be mirrored in the sharper, less predictable, more dissonant music. Composers often use these subtle changes in melody, harmony, rhythm, and timbre to paint a picture or to tell a story with music. Just as visual themes would vary slightly to indicate ice and fire, auditory cues can do the same. It's a testament to the skill of the composer that they can suggest these elements so subtly yet distinctly within the constraints of a musical theme. And one more thing that has nothing to do with anything, but I just thought is neat. Both themes have the star power-up theme in them. Here it is in the fire theme. And here it is in the ice theme. Isn't that just neat? Neat, 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 neat.